Well, hello everybody, another World of Tanks replay for you. But this time I do Heavy Tank Mission 11, not a scratch. So again, I'm sorry if you can hear dogs outside. It's really hot in the UK and I need my window open and there's an unhappy dog out there. But back to the game. I am in my IS-3 ever reliable tier 8 Russian heavy tank. Good old faithful here. Basically everyone seems to know the weakness of this tank. Don't angle it or this is an easy pen. And the other side, try and hide this lower plate unless you're anything but face hugging, because that's an easy pen. Anything taller than you, that's an easy pen. Everything else is basically fairly impossible as long as you stick your front towards the enemy. Possible to pen. And so as you can see, this is a tier 9 game. There's not that many tier 9s. There's also not any artillery, which is really handy. But we manage to have a fairly decent game, completing this heavy tank mission 11, not even a scratch. So what are the conditions for this? Cause at least 2000 HP of damage by the end of the battle. Do not have any damage destroyed internal modules or injured crew members of your vehicle. Destroy at least 3 enemy vehicles and survive the battle. And destroying 3 enemy vehicles is only the secondary objective, so you don't have to do that. So you obviously know some of the bits I'm going to be doing in this tank, but I point my turret here to the left just in case somebody manages to get up on the hill and shoot me. If they hit my tank, hopefully they'll hit my turret and it'll bounce. Even though the side armour of this tank can be fairly trollish. So it looks like I'm getting a push here from, I do believe, the T10. Yep. I'm getting a bit of a friendly push in from the T10. And I decide to go into a bit of a strange position. I try and sort of go for a side scraping / not side scraping. And I look at the T10, I'm like, what's he doing? And he's actually reverse side scraping, which is a really clever idea because I'd never thought of it. But basically, he hides the flat part of his frontal armour if he does this, because his gun's nearer the front of his tank as well. It actually means he has to expose less to poke his gun around the corner. So I might have to try that in my IS-3 as well. Because the way I'm doing it, I'm still presenting my pike nose, and if I angle, it just makes that a weak point, like I said before. But let's carry on. Not a lot happens for a while, you know. Let's speed up the replay. The E-75 and the IS come into the town. The E-75 apparently being a very good player, a very good player statistically. So I'm a bit frightened to pop out and have a pop at him, but it looks like I was going for the IS and I finish him off. A fairly easy kill there, only 158 damage. And it looks like this poor E-75 is kind of out friends. I'm wishing he came forward, but he doesn't seem to want to. Somebody's scraping around me. And down goes the E-75, so it looks like we pushed heavy up north, and it looks like they pushed heavy down south. I noticed this, and that's why I'm turning around. It's time to defend the base, because that Black Prince is not going to survive long. And he did. He did. We have an LTTB up there who's doing some good spotting for us, and since I'm in a fairly fast heavy tank, I can go back. Now what I was thinking here is, because our cap circle is fairly open, there is this sort of semi-dip up here. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but it's not a huge dip, so I was thinking, I should be able to use that, point my gun over it, and give them a hold down target, since the IS-3 hold down is a bit of a monster. And so that was my plan. Let's just speed up the replay a little bit because it takes me a time to get over here. And luckily, a lot of our team decide to come back. As you can see, oh, do I get a shot on this chieftain? Do we get shot? Boom! Ah, and he disappears. So we don't know whether we hit him. We'll have to look. It looks like maybe we did because he's gone down quite far. This is what I mean, like, because this ridge isn't really big, I mean it's big enough that if I poke over here, can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? Oh, I should have taken the shot there. Why didn't I take the shot? Now he's pulling back, so I take the shot and it derps into the ground in front of me. So that was a mistake. I should have taken that shot earlier. We have to watch out for that leopard getting fairly flanking shots into us, but look at the amount of tanks that came back. The Type 4 Heavy came back, the T10 came back, the Centurion 7-1 came back, the A44 came back, and the Type something, what was that? The Type, oh no, that's Type 4 Heavy derp. And the T34 came back. See the sneaky, oh, we managed to just squeeze that shot into the T71 there. And so from here it's basically digging in. This is going to be a war of attrition. That leopard's being a bit cheeky. It'd be kind of helpful if we could take him out so he's not on our flank. And I'm fairly happy just to sit here, you know. Most of their tanks are up here. We have a few tanks pushing south by the looks of it, but not too aggressively. And so, yeah, it turns into a bit of a camp fest, unfortunately. And I keep getting spotted. I don't know what, but oh, probably by that cheeky little monkey. And I was like, please, no. Thankfully, someone finishes them off. I was thinking of taking the shot over the T-34's turret there, but I was like, no, best not try to TK. I see a very slim shot into that Skoda. Not Skoda, TVP. I'd take a blind shot, you never know. I had nothing better to shoot at. Oh, and I'm like, no, and that's why you shouldn't blind shot sometimes, because I missed a decent shot on that leopard there. The leopard prototype, which would have been a valuable target to put a shot into, but he seems to be heading away because our T10's pushed into his area, so we don't have to worry so much about being flanked. And so you might be sitting here wondering at the moment, how does he do this mission? Because we've only seen him do 520 damage and he had to do at least 2,000. Obviously I've bounced a shot, but I have no damaged internal modules. Obviously my tracks don't count as an internal module, luckily, but the tracks took that shot, and so we're slowly pushing up because they haven't been seen. I'm a bit worried here that the TVP or the FD4202 is going to pop up and put a shot into my flank. I get spotted, so I decide to start turning my tank more towards them, just in case they do pop up and try and put a shot into me. I was also worried that the T29 was going to get flanking shots into me, but it looks like he went back to defend their base. And, well, basically most of us didn't go there. Most of us came back to protect our own flag, so we've got a bit of superior numbers, and we are slowly winning, although a Borsa just obliterates our T29, which leaves our now, well, still the west flank, but leaves that fairly empty. And so I'm thinking, I have not done a lot in this game. I want to, you know, get up here and actually do something. And because I'm in a fairly fast, heavy tank, I can do that. Bit of auto aim and fire on the move, 94 damage. Yeah. Better than nothing. Another kill though, bit of kill stealing. And I just charge my way ahead. I don't want to be left behind too much. T10's basically saying what I was thinking there. He's told a few people to stay there to guard the cap and the rest of us to push forward. Obviously I'm on 100% hit points, so I can afford to take a hit. Let's speed up the replay again. So it looks like the TVP's got out of there, and I'm expecting them all to be around the building, sort of in front of their base. That T10 must have a monster power to weight ratio, because he breezed past me like I was doing nothing. And this IS-3 isn't exactly a slow tank. Now he gets hit, and we don't see what hit him. So I'm thinking the Borsig must be out there, but then he gets hit again. So I'm guessing there must be something out there to the right, or in front of us hiding in the bush. And that's when the Borsig pops up, and the T29 pops up. And unfortunately our T10 seems to be getting his butt handed to him a little bit. Centurion's just going in for it, so I decide, you know what, I'm going to go in for it. I see the Borsig kind of comes up over the ridge. He gets finished off by the T10. Our T10 gets finished off by their T34-100. I managed to put a nice big shot into their T34-100 as a bit of revenge. Suddenly we're up to 1,000 damage. He gets taken out by the Type 4 Heavy. RE44 gets taken out by the Skoda T50. So yeah, quite a lot happened just then. The balance of this game is in the mix. I go into this little dip, so I'm trying to be safe from the tank destroyer, which I think's up there somewhere, and those two medium tanks. But I'm trying to come up behind the T29. And we see him, and I'm like, can I get a shot into him? Can do. I don't fire quick enough. Skoda T50 pops up and destroys the 7/1. I get hit with some APCR. Luckily it does no damage. It doesn't do any internal damage. I bounced a shot from something. It must be the Mutz. Put a nice shot into that TVP TVP BTU. We're up to 1,500 damage. You see him again. Can I get the killing shot? Oh, of course I can. And now that was the end of the game. So we finish it with an ammo rack, which is quite nice. No internal damage, which is the point of the game. So let's take a quick look at the post-game stats. As yes, if we take a quick look at these post-game stats, as you can see, that was a 3rd class mastery badge. We got 1,600 experience, but that was for our double. Did just over the 2,000 damage, 2,130, and 179 assistance, which is always nice. See, we were 4th on experience in the team, so probably could have pushed a little bit more, but hey ho, what are you going to do? Also looks like we were about 3rd on damage. And if we look into the detailed reports, we fired 9, hit 7, penetrated 7, so my accuracy's gone up a little bit there. For me, it's pretty good. Did most, we did most of our damage from more than 300 meters, which is surprising considering this isn't exactly known as a snipey tank. As we received 3 hits, only 1 penetration, luckily, and so we managed to block 240 damage, which resulted in us not having any of our internal modules damaged, which obviously is the point of sturdy. Is it a sturdy armor? No, not even a scratch. And after we resupplied consumables and repaired our vehicle, that meant I got 11,000 credits, which is not brilliant, but it's better than nothing. And so as you can see here, we obviously did do our 2,000 HP of damage. We did not have any destroyed internal modules or crew members. We survived the battle, and did we destroy at least? We did destroy at least 3 enemy vehicles, so we managed to get our 50,000 credits and 750 experience. So that was quite nice. So to leave the video, so to make sure the video doesn't go on for too long, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you thought of the game. How do you like your IS-3? How are you getting on with the missions? I'm not like, I know obviously people have finished these ages ago, but I'm not trying harder. If I do them, I do them. I'm not setting out to do them. Let me know how you're getting on. Leave all your comments down below, subscribe, etc, etc, and all those fun and games and shenanigans, and I shall see you next time. Ciao.